Snatch! Welcome to Snatch Talk. Oh, hello there. I'm the Velvet Snatch, and as you can hear, I'm kind of losing my voice. A bit too much screaming at the weekend, I think. But anyway, it was a tough week for the contestants in Newcastle Drag Idol. Week 4 was Group Challenge Week, where 3 teams of, well, 3 had to create their own 7-minute long pantomime, and they only had a week to do it. To see how it turned out and to cheer along all our amazing contestants, we were there at Rusty's Show Bar on Sunday night. After the pre-show by Rusty's showgirl Peer Pressure, who somehow I never get to see enough of, it was time for Gladys Duffy to help get our panto on with some campy back and forth.
It's pantomime time! Oh no, it isn't!
Oh yes it is!
It is. We announced it last week and you've all been aware that it's pantomime week. I hope the contestants are aware that it's pantomime week, or else the show's going to be fucking shocking.
Now, tradition is a big part of panto, and as is tradition at Drag Idol, it was regular judge Plastique to come on first, and she had some tea about last week.
Yes, we unfortunately lost the co, and we had...
Have you told everyone why we lost the co?
What? No, I haven't told everyone why we lost the co. We're not going to talk about it.
Right, okay. It's nothing to do with Gladys knocking the prop off the table and it going fucking missing, but I'll say no.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh yes, she did.
Oh no, I didn't. Oh yes, you did. I did, but it was shit anyway. Sorry, the co. Love you. You're still my favourite.
Before going on to discuss what each of our 3 team captains brought to the competition.
I'm hoping for good collaboration, but I also think those 3 team captains also have really good skills to make them team captains. Chai is a brilliant storyteller, Demetria is a brilliant dancer, brilliant choreographer, and Scarlett, as she's proven in this competition, is a very good all-rounder. So I think the 3 team captains we have should be able to steer all of their ships to victory tonight.
Next, because Gladys had said that she looked a little bit like a ghost backstage, we had the spooky appearance of the Parmo poltergeist herself, Penny T.
Gladys, there's a ghost! There's a ghost, Gladys!
Is there a ghost?
There's a ghost!
I've done that every week because you look fucking horrible.
But what was she hoping for from Pantomime Week?
Do you know what? If they're clever and somebody can do maybe some sort of a mashup of a couple of pantos,
Yeah.
3 people in it, let's have 3 different characters from 3 pantos. I
Oh
would
my
love
God.
something like that.
Like Cinderella, like having a fucking fight with Snow White.
There you
over
go,
a man
yeah.
or something. That
Snow
could be
White and the
fabulous.
3 dwarfs.
Oh my
Sorted.
Our extra special guest judge was next, or was he? After overcoming problems with the door, pantomime writer, actor and all-round phenomenon Tom Whalley hit the stage. Now, if you don't know who Tom is, you need to go to one of his many theatrical productions around the Northeast, especially the annual pantomime he does with Miss Rory at the Sunderland Empire. They are so incredibly funny together and manage that dangerous balance between hilarious for kids and hilarious for adults. But what does he think makes a good pantomime?
What makes a great pantomime? It's just joyous, isn't it? It's Christmas, it's camp, it's glittery, it's drag in a way, isn't it?
It is, well, completely it's drag, yes. And
So,
I think if all those things happen tonight, the audience will be able to feel it. They're going to be our greatest extra judge tonight, other than you, who will be able to tell if it's joyous or if it's shite. Exactly.
Life is one of those 2 things, isn't it?
Joyous or shite.
Or shite.
One or the other, it slips
Are
very
you feeling
easily.
joyous or shite? Shyest!
Makes a noise if you're joyous. Makes a noise if you're shite. That's just living in the northeast, isn't it?
And finally, there's nothing like a dame, and she just finished a prestigious run in, well, the room at the back. It was our comedy queen herself, Miss Rory.
I love you all!
Who, after working with Tom on many occasions, went over some of her favourite adult gags they've managed to get away with over the years.
there was a part when they were pulling different things on. I would say to Matthew or Jack, I'd say, you get the stool and Silly Simon, you get the bucket. And Tom would run on with the bucket, I'd say, how silly. And then Matthew would run on with the stool, but only one leg of the stool. And I would say, I can't sit on that, it's not my birthday. I mean, so we wrote that in and I thought, we're never going to get away with that, are we? We fucking got away with it. And of course, the other great one, which is I'd run on stage and I'd say, I'm sorry I'm late. He'd go, where you been, ma'am? I say, well, I came on the metro, but I passed it off as an asthma attack. And we thought we'd never get that in, but we got it in. And I am fizzing at that. Guess who wrote that line? Tom Whalley, everybody. You know what I mean? So it's an absolute joy to have an actual friend rather than a colleague on the panel this evening.
Before going on to admonish Gladys, who'd had a dreadful day and had just done the unthinkable.
Gladys, what did you say to me just in the holding pen out there? What did you say, Gladys?
Can I look directly in the camera when I admit to this?
Uh-huh.
Tonight, Rusties, I told Miss Rory to shut up. It was a slip of the tongue.
Lesbian.
I'm really, really sorry. Please don't hurt me or my family.
Where is Amanda? There she is. Here's Gladys's mother, Amanda. Who could think that such a gorgeous, lovely woman could birth this? You horrible, nasty bastard.
This week, things would be working a little bit differently to normal. Instead of each contestant doing their own 3-minute performance, we would be getting 3 7-minute group numbers, followed by an interval where the judges would decide on a winning team. In the second half, the remaining contestants would have to lip-sync for their lives to a song that they'd chosen earlier in the week. That's the exciting news. The less than exciting news was that since I had been too tired and a little bit ill after spending the Saturday with Girl Global at the Hadrian Cup rugby tournament in Newcastle, I'd needed to send my poor cousin Candy Snatch to do the interviews at Drag Idol. Always a mistake. Hopefully she did a good enough job and didn't keep going on about that B-Tech in Hair and Beauty that I bought her for Christmas. Well, how about we find out together as she interviews our guest judge for the night, Tom Whalley. I don't know, I can't really stand there. Right, there we go. I think it's working because the numbers are moving at the bottom. Right, all right, my love, I'm Candy Snatch and I'm here with our special guest judge of the night, Tom Whalley. How are you feeling?
How am I feeling? I'm feeling great. What am I feeling?
Oh my God, well.
I don't quite know, Candy. I'm a bit
You've got
flustered.
2 hands, don't you?
Yeah, I don't want to lose one.
I've always had like double D's and I thought that was just my B-Tech in Hair and Beauty. So, yeah.
Very good.
Now, like, you're like a veteran of like the panto scene and writing pantos. Like, how did you get into that? Like, was it an intentional thing or?
It was a complete accident.
Yeah.
Would you believe?
Like you tripped into it.
I was a complete accident, much like myself. I was asked by a friend at school to make an old script a bit funnier because you're a bit funny, aren't you? And I was like, I didn't like a bit, but I was like, yeah, I'll give that a go. So I was filling gaps.
Oh right, yeah.
And I've been doing it ever since.
So like, now, how did your relationship, because you've got a wonderful relationship, comedy pairing with like Miss Rory, who's like our main judge in there. Like, how did that begin?
Yes, the lovely Miss Rory. So I'd done pantomime. This is always a boring answer to this. I did pantomime for quite a few years, and then Sunderland were interested in Rory. Who isn't interested in Rory, to be perfectly honest with you, Candy? And they rang me and said, they want me to do one of these pantos. You know what a panto? Should I do it? Will it be? Yeah. I did it, and I went, what do they want you to do in a panto? You? They went, an ugly sister. I went, oh, right. And I said, well, why don't I be your sister? And then because then they've got one person who's outrageous and crazy, then I kind of know what panto is, and then together we sort of cancel each other out. And they went, no, we've got someone tall, we want someone short. And I was like, right. And I ended up being Buttons.
Yeah.
And not that I'm wearing many buttons.
Well, you got some buttons on. Today, right?
And then that was apparently successful. And then the next year, I was back as Rory's son, and I've been her Christmas offspring ever since.
And it's like a good working relationship. Like when you're writing the scripts, do you write the scripts together or?
We don't actually. It's sort of we get a script, and then it's filled with lots of little northeastern bits because it's a general script, and then I tend to put a lot of things in, and this is the bit I love. I love this because I put things in that then Rory refuses to say. Which, can you believe that, Candy? Goes there, you can't say that. That's, and I went, no, you've got to. It's dead funny. It's really funny. They'll love it. And then invariably it stays in, and nobody else understands it until one show. Then nobody's going, and I love that sound. It's my favourite sound.
It is. I mean, I've been to go and see the play loads of times and stuff. Now, my cousin Velvy Bobo, who's like the person who does this show and that, she was telling me the other day that like pantomimes aren't actually real and they're not like based upon real events. Can you tell me that is untrue and she's a liar on that?
You are a liar. A pantomime is obviously real, and panto is for life, not just for Christmas, which is why we're here in March.
It is perfect for the season, I suppose. Well, we had Halloween last week. I don't know what's happening.
Nothing makes sense. What's next week? Hey? I don't know what it...
Well,
I was going to say, I nearly said Mother's Day, but it actually might be.
I think it is Mother's Day, but it's probably going to be Props and Live week next week, I think. That's going to be exciting. I don't know if that's confirmed, though. However, have you been following the competition so far?
I wouldn't miss it. I'm a very proud ally and Drag Idol fan. So, yes, I've watched all on the YouTubes. I've watched all the Snatch talks. You look very similar to the Velvet
my
Snatch.
cousin Velvet. Well,
yes.
Between us, there's only like, 2 tits and a couple of follicles. So otherwise, we're just pretty much the same, really.
Well, yeah.
Except obviously, I'm like classically trained as like an actress in that, and she's like a bitch.
I thought you were going to say you were classy, and I was about to absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Are
you following this?
Yeah, I was homeschooled and I was the most intelligent person in my class.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was your question?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Like, have you been following the competition and what do you think of it?
Oh, I have been following. I do every single year, and it's crazy in every sense of that. Crazy good and just crazy at the same time. And I think we're in for quite an evening.
Yeah. And do you have any advice for our 3 teams?
I presume this is only going to be seen after they've done it.
Yeah, it's a bit like kind of pointless, really. So it's going to be like, you should have heard that, really.
Should have listened. Maybe I have to shout it. Panto is such a joyous thing to do. So if you go out and enjoy it and feel the joy and sort of share that joy, everyone will find it joyous. Yeah. And don't take it too seriously.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for speaking to me, Tom Whalley. And I'm a big fan. So good luck tonight. Banging.
You, some banging.
Banging. Right.
Well,
I've got like a catchphrase in that because I'm like, all glamorous and branding and that. I think my eyeliner's fallen off. Then it was time to get into our pantos. Phrasing. First up was the team Panto 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 Trump Trump Trump, or something to that effect. Consisting of Scarlett, ZZ Donovan and Lillian Larkin. Here's what they had to say when Candy attempted to string a sentence together in front of them. Alright my loves, I'm Candy Snatch and I'm standing in Scarlett's light. I'm doing like interviews and stuff because Velvy Bobo was like playing with rugby men last night and like, our legs don't work anymore. Right, so how are you doing and how are you feeling about this challenge this week and that?
Feeling very, very positive. Thank you very much to the one and only Lillian over here, who is our Green Witch. So obviously I was picked as team captain last week, but I generally think these two have put in a lot of effort this week, so mad props to these two.
So it's like being like shared responsibility, where you do like different jobs and that, yeah. Right. So it's been that.
Yeah, very much that.
Yeah. Like, were you like scared when they said like pantomime and you were like, I don't know what that is or whatever?
Well, for me, like I said to you when I did Divine, I like a challenge. So for me, I was like, this is just another way to show a different side of ZZ. I could do it. I did level 2 theatre.
Oh my god,
yeah.
I did like
performance arts, even not theatre.
I did a B-Tech in Air and Beauty, and like, I got like got like a D, but yeah. missed the exam because of that.
Plenty of things like that.
Yeah, but oh my god, I was hypnotised by your makeup and stuff because it's all glamorous with all like lines and stuff. I like it. Yeah. I've got lines as well, but I try and cover them up. So, well, Lillian, so what contribution have you made to this aside from painting yourself green?
Well, me and my partner, we did a lot of work on the extra characters.
Yeah.
Don't want to say too much.
No,
Extra
spoiler.
characters
I've seen them,
that
but
are
yeah, it's like,
taking part in our lovely, fantastic production.
yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, it's been. I'm excited. I love Panto. And when I heard it, I was like, because I felt a little bit sad. I was picked last week, so I was a bit disheartened. And as soon as I said Panto, I was like, we got it. We're fine.
Because had they had said Panto, they would have Panto, they would have picked you straight away.
Yeah.
maybe
Because I
don't
thought
know.
you the first choice.
So,
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing though. When there's only like 9 contestants, when only 6 people to pick from, it's not really. You know, if it was like 40 and you got picked last, that'd be like a big thing. But like out of 6 people, it's not much, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about pantomime and the actual theme of it?
I'm confident in it. It's not something I would very much delve into, but
Yeah.
I feel confident going into it this week. But I know it's not really your shtick, is it?
It's not really my thing, and I didn't know a lot about it, but I like to delve into like things. So I watched some videos, learned a little bit about what Panto is, watched Wizard of Oz. It's obvious what we're doing, come on.
I was gonna say, I was like, I think I've seen this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched like the LinkedIn 2019 one, and I was like, this is calm, I could be into this. Because it references modern kind of jokes and stuff as well, which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you all been able to bring your own like special skills in there? To the
Oh,
film?
very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! So you get a bit of character, you know, where you're yourself and that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my-
we tried to do that with some of the bits of music and things that we've included into it. So
Yeah.
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 Oh my god, well thank you so much for speaking to me. Candy Snatch, totally not Velvy Bobo, who's a totally separate entity and like controlled by different copyrights and patents and that. I'm sorry, I'm standing in your light again.
I know.
Sorry, I've done that. What we'll do is we'll brighten you in post. We'll put
Yeah.
I don't know, a sticker on your face or something. Right, okay. No, thank you so much and good luck tonight. Oh, actually, do you have like a team name or something?
Yes, we are
Panto,
Panto
Panto,
Panto.
But cunt.
I like it. Yeah, that's it. Get the cant out. Right.
Or the group that wins.
Oh.
That's fine, Doug. That is sorry. Get out your light again. Right, thank you so much for speaking to me and good luck this week and in like a couple of minutes and that, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, darling.
What can I say about this performance other than production? PPP CCC went all out on props and setting to tell us their adult version of The Wizard of Oz with an expertly done rhyming narration from Lillian Larkin.
Good evening, my lovelies. Come, gather near. A tale of adventure awaits you right here. A whirlwind, a witch, some friends on the way, and all in 7 minutes, Yas Diva slay.
ZZ Donovan as Dorothy took us over the rainbow to start.
Oh, Toto, where are we? Are you sure those were Skittles I ate before bed?
Before finding some new footwear in an unexpected place.
Look at those shoes, Toto. Stunning!
And then meeting Scarlet as the good witch Glinda.
Wait, who are you? I'm Glinda, the Good Witch of the North. You're welcome. Glinda? Look, I was called that once back at university. It's Glinda. Alright, keep your wig on.
It has to be said, though, Lillian kind of stole the show as the Wicked Witch, with a parody of Miss Rory's famous catchphrase,
I hate you all!
and boos prompted from the audience. There were parody songs and dance breaks, and an iconic moment where additional cast members were revealed and even had their own song.
I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I really, really, really want a brain that thinks. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I really, really, really want a heart that beats.
In the end, though, Dorothy got the last laugh as usual, taking the term slay bitch quite literally with a bucket of water. This was really well put together. All the little touches, like Glinda's bubble being a blown up condom on a stick, to the dead witch's legs just being shoved onto the stage, to the additional cast, to the water in the bucket being blue confetti, just screamed attention to detail and pantomime. I will criticise some of the acting though. While the lines were pre-recorded and probably recorded separately due to time, it all felt a little bit disconnected and deadpan, with Scarlett especially seeming a bit too dry as a character. The judges adored it though, with Gladys fawning over the production value. When asked, both Zizi and Scarlett confessed that they weren't really into Panto themselves, but praising Big Lil for taking charge. Rory called it the most enjoyable 7 minutes of her week, and considering she's married now, that's quite a bold statement, going on to say that they'd lucked out by having Lillian on their team. Tom thought it was absolutely wonderful, describing the additional cast members as ingenious and drawing attention to just how good the rhyming was in the narration. Penny said that they should all be so proud, commending each of them for what they brought to the performance, calling Lillian the dark horse of the competition, calling out the hat issues that she'd had throughout the performance.
Fucking hell.
Finally, Plastique called it one of her favourite experiences that she's ever had in Drag Idol, pointing out just how much the audience were on their side. Next up were the Slagrabar Scene Stealers, headed up by Chai Tea. Let's see what they had to say when Candy chatted to them backstage.
I was filming, right, okay, right. I can do this. I've got B-Tech in Air and Beauty. I can do this. Right.
Have you pushed record?
I've got a B-Tech in Air and Beauty, you're racist.
Numbers are moving, see, yeah. Right. All right, my loves, I'm Candy Snatch, and I'm doing another interview, and I'm doing really well at it, and I'm sure that Velvet won't sack me or anything. Right, I'm here with the third team that we're chatting to today. Oh no, it's not a second team. Hello, how are you doing, and are you excited for tonight and that?
We're lovely, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm fizzing at the gash.
To like, quite like Miss Rory in there.
Yeah. Well, that's what
a reference. So like, what play are you doing? Is it like Jack and the Beanstalk and that?
Close. We're doing, spoilers, what passed? Thank you.
A wild peer
pressure.
That was Penny T. So, we're doing... We're doing Aladdin. Our group name is the Slagrabar Scene Stealers. Aladdin?
Yeah. Well, there
so
we go. We answered the question.
All right.
How has it been working in the group the last week?
It's been calm. I was very happy with the team that we got, and I think working together has been like we've all been quite strong in the competition so far.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we've been able to like, I don't know, I've been very happy with like the ideas that we've came up with and the concept, and I feel very confident that like we'll be able to execute it well.
And have you been like able to like use all of your different skills in the number and like what you will bring to it?
We hope so.
Yeah, we've definitely allocated. It's an even experience. I don't think, at least from our side, there's any more of any specific person over another. I think we've all played to our strengths. I think we're all doing something different. There'll be some surprises. You can insert a clip there or there. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to show it off.
Yeah. How have you felt about the whole process? Booby. Can I call you Tit?
Of course you can.
Thank you,
I'm
Tit.
here to make a tit of myself. But yeah, we had to work with Sambuca being away for a few days, but I'm quite used to doing last minute teamwork with my drag group, so yeah, it felt quite natural as soon as we all met up with each other, you know.
But
just
we were
couldn't
organised.
stop laughing. Yeah, we had everything sorted, you know, and practiced by ourselves, and and it just seemed to come together quite nicely. So hopefully it'll go well on stage.
Yeah.
And Sam being away wasn't a hindrance, just for the record. Sam was a great help and very supportive from
tried my
afar.
best.
And you did phenomenal.
I was sat on the pool trying my best.
It was like you were there. It was like you were there. It was stunning. I think we've all really come together as a group, and there's a lot of unity in what we're doing. So
Who came up with the idea of doing Aladdin?
I think it was a group effort. I think we just kind of were throwing some things around and then just yapping away in the group chat, and then we just ended up settling on Aladdin. I mean, we didn't have much time to settle, so we obviously had to come up with things quite quickly, especially with Sam being away. We didn't want to leave you with last minute stuff at the end.
We just knew we wanted to do a classic pantomime story, you know, and Aladdin is amazing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and twist it.
Like, how did you come up with that costume if you were like away for the whole weekend?
Oh, I actually already had this top.
Oh,
and
right,
then,
okay, yeah.
And then I borrowed the girls from lowest common denominator. Thank you very much. I'll return them to you. Cracking, aren't they?
Tit and tits.
Oh,
there you go.
Tits. Are you titted?
I'm Chai Tit.
That should have
Chai Tit.
That should have been our team name.
Tit.
Tits and try.
Three Musketeers. There we go. Can go all night. Anyway.
Thank you so much for speaking to me. I've forgotten what your group name is, but it was a really good one.
Tits and
Tits. Well, thank you and good luck tonight. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Banging.
Bye. Have fun. Bye.
Please
No,
tell
don't go.
Oh.
Don't go. No,
Oh,
don't go. No.
The production started well, with programs being handed out to the judges before we were transported to the magical land of Slagrabar in a retelling of Aladdin, playing upon the infamous Peter Andre and Katie Price performance of a certain song from the animated movie.
Please keep your hands and feet to yourself. Don't get wrecked and attack any lesbians, aliens, or twins.
After a voiceover from Chai Tea, we were introduced to Boob Ross as Aladdin and Sambuca as Jasmine. And our regular special guest, mic problems.
Oh, Aladdin. I'm so glad we're finally back together. Isn't it? Yes, it's so lovely to be here with everyone in this show bar.
I've got to say, the live acting was fairly clunky, with nerves and forgotten lines making it clear that the team had not had much chance to rehearse together. Chai Tea was revealed as none other than Boob's magic carpet in a genius bit of costuming. But this was going to be no easy shag for Aladdin and Jasmine.
Well, it must be an automatic.
There was audience interaction aplenty until it was time for that song, with Sambuca doing her best impression of Katie Price.
Over, sideways and under, on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view.
My favourite part though was when a fight broke out between the jealous carpet and Jasmine as Boob innocently continued singing at the front of the stage, with the victor, the carpet, coming out to complete their duet. I'll be harsh here and pardon the pun, but I don't think this magic carpet ride landed. I think the choice of live acting and vocals actually hindered things, with the three of them not really having the synergy to riff off each other, and lines getting missed and punchlines not hitting as intended. I'd been told that Sambuca had been on holiday for most of the week and that they'd only managed to rehearse together an hour before the show, and sadly, it was noticeable. Plastique and Penny felt that it would have been better if pre-recorded, with Penny praising the group name and Plastique describing the performance as uncomfortable and messy in all the wrong ways. Rory agreed, saying that she actually liked the live, but she had been able to hear Chai reminding Sambuca of some of her lines from behind the curtain. What did our guest judge Tom think, though?
Good evening, Slags. I'm very used to saying that. First off, this is a touch of genius. For those who can't see, this is, I believe, myself, Miss Rory, and Gary Lucy. And what can we say about Gary Lucy? Car crash. Crashed his car. When we did Aladdin, it was a bit of a messy year, and I would agree that it was a little bit of a mess. It was messier in comparison to the first one. I do think the carpet kind of, the entrance of the carpet, I was like, oh, here we go. It sort of lifted the start of it, and then it kind of went, you see what I did there? And then there's a rug put in there somewhere, but no. Shag! No, we'll come back to that.
Shag pun? Completed it, mate. Next up, it was time for a production of Snow White and the Seven Whores, starring Demetria Phurr, Sister Fanny, and Leviathan. So, Candy caught up with them all backstage to see how things had been like working together for the first time.
Alright, my love, I'm Candy Snatch, and I'm here because Velvy Bobo is not here. Yeah, that's basically I thought that was a more interesting story when I started saying it. Hello, who am I here with at the moment? This is you, the team with Sister Fanny, Demetria, Phurr and Leviathan. Now, how have you found working in a group this week has been?
All right, aye.
We've been working together and we had a good group call at the very start, just trying to get everything like lyrics wise or like the script together. Sisters like really helped with the script. Lev's really helped with like the music, and I've did like some of the props and stuff like that. So we've worked a lot together.
So it's been like a proper group,
Yeah.
effort.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, has it been difficult with you being all the way in like Walesy land and that?
Not at all, because there's this wonderful thing called Zoom.
Oh my god, is that like where you like throw your computer really fast towards a person and then like pick it up and read what was on it?
Well, I don't know what it is because I'm 72, but it's miraculous because you can talk to people in lots of different places.
Oh my god, that sounds like witchcraft. Anyway, what are you? What play pantomime are you doing, and what characters are you playing in it?
We're doing Snow White and the Seven Whores.
Oh right, yeah, that's a twist in it, isn't it? Yeah. What role are you playing in it?
I'm the magic disco ball, hung from the ceiling.
I like this. I like this. And Sister Fanny, of course.
I'm the evil queen.
Oh, that's fair enough. Is that a role that you can relate to?
Absolutely. There's a lot of evil queens in this city.
Now, how comfortable are you with the performance on like a scale of like 1 to like whatever comes after like 9 and that?
I'm really excited for our number. I don't know how we would score it. It's like it's very different, very funny. Got a lot of comedy in it. This one.
Has that come easily in that between you?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, we thought of some like really good jokes, and then some of them were a bit like, oh, should we do that? And then, but some of them have been kept in. I think it's been going to be really funny.
And do you think it like shows off all 3 of your like different talents and like personalities in there?
Yes.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, because that's like what people struggled with last year, where some people kind of got lost in the mix in that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think we've tried to really keep to what our drag things are. So we've kept Leviathan using the type of music that Leviathan likes. I've got a lot of my dancing tracks, and Sisters are really good, like explaining things and performing and stuff like that.
Oh my, I'm so excited. But yeah, good luck tonight, and yeah, I'll see you later in the night. Yeah, right, thank you. Banging.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, I'm not very good at this.
The show started with Demetria as Snow White dancing across the stage, lip-syncing to Someday My Prince Will Come, before introducing our villain, Sister Fanny as the evil queen and Leviathan as a genius bit of casting.
Disco ball, hanging from the roof. Who has got the prettiest food?
My queen, the prettiest vagina belongs to Snow White.
Snow White? Oh, no, it doesn't.
Oh, yes, it does.
This was one of my favourite things of the night, Leviathan using her usual disinterested and aloof persona to great effect as the chain-smoking, gender-fuck, disco ball narrator of the show.
The Wicked Queen had the nicest foof in the land for 100 years. But with news that her stepdaughter Snow White had a nicer foof, what would she do next?
Angered that her foof wasn't the finest in all the land, Sister Fanny had to enlist the help of Scouse Jesus. Yes.
Jesus, do me a favour and kill Snow White, will you? And to prove it, I want you to bring me her lips. Fanny girl, I've told ya, I can't kill. It's one of the 10 Commandments, babe. You better fucking had, or I'm telling everyone that you've got a little willy. All right, girl, calm down.
Before Demetria came back to throw some typical drag idol shade as she listed who the 7 whores actually were, with a special guest appearance at the end by drag idol legend Jasmine Dick.
This is greedy. She loves McDonald's, KFC, and Twinks. This is grumpy. She never smiles and loves salmon spunk. This is us empty. She posts a picture of herself in the gym every day and hope that no one will notice. It's always the same picture.
This is Granny. She's an old chatterbox who loves a gossip.
This is Greeky. She tells everyone she's a Greek, but with a nose like Barbara Streisand, she's definitely really a Jew.
And this is Druggy. She can often be found with white powder all over her face.
And finally, this is Sleazy. She is a little slut.
Wildly, however, the evil queen's plan of besting Snow White using some poison poppers actually worked, and we ended the performance on a cliffhanger, with Demetria going into a literal death drop at the front of the stage. This number was incredible. The jokes were hilarious, the team gelled well, and everyone had their standout moments that highlighted just what they brought to the competition. It must be said though that there had been some drama behind the scenes, with Sister Fanny taking a very dominant creative lead, and the distance between Fanny in Wales and the others in Newcastle making it tough to rehearse. Part of the challenge of Group Week is learning to work with other performers that you wouldn't normally work with, as well as dealing with people that might not be as used to it as you. And it's a testament to Demetria, Leviathan and Sister Fanny that none of this struggle was present in the performance, with the three of them working really well together. Even more so considering an event that had happened the previous day, where Sister Fanny had been assaulted after a night out in Newcastle. I'd spoken to her about it, and while the police are involved, she was understandably still very shaken. I'm honestly disgusted that this happened in our wonderful city, and with the rise of the far right and the rich using pretty much anything as a scapegoat nowadays except themselves, it reminds us that we really need to stick together now to keep our communities safe. Anyway, the performance had earned them standing ovations from Plastique and Penny, the former calling the number perfection and saying that it had all the elements of a good panto, while Penny loved the dancing from Demetria, the I can't be fucked attitude from Leviathan, and the characterization from Sister Fanny, briefly bringing up the incident that had happened the night before.
Also, just to talk about it, you being here tonight after what happened yesterday, I take my wig off to you for that, baby. Newcastle is like a second home to me. I've always felt safe here, so to have seen that happen, I'm honest to God, but to still see that you've come and took part in this competition again tonight, you are a fucking superstar, so well done for that, my darling. Well done.
A very quick thank you to everybody in the Newcastle community who has welcomed me with open arms and been so supportive.
Tom called it a love letter to Drag Idol, referring to Fanny as a Beau Selector nun and loving Scouse Jesus, only lamenting that there wasn't more of it. While Rory described it as a jukebox adult panto, going on to say that it was great, and calling out last week's guest judge, Mia T. Cleaver, who was in the audience.
I must say the T-slur there, though, was that authorised? Thank you. That was absolutely authorised, because we can't just be chucking that round that willy-nilly, can we? So that's good, because poor Mia down here nearly had a fucking aneurysm. She was up there, and I thought, fuck me, if she gets back up here with that microphone, no one's getting out alive. Ooh, I don't have the bandwidth, Mia.
With that, we had seen all three of our pantomimes, and it was time for the judges to make some decisions. You know what that means though, it's time to put that saddle on your trusty chinchilla and ride firmly into spoiler territory here. So, if you don't want to know which group wins and which contestants would have to lip sync for their lives, then please like, share, subscribe and switch off. Give the chinchilla some of that tasty treat that you've got in your pocket. For the rest of you, once the contestants were back on the stage, the judges announced that the winners of this week's group challenge were Scarlett, Zizi Donovan and Lillian Larkin with Panto Panto Panto, praising the production value of it all. This meant that, to make this sound a little bit like that other drag show that's on the telly all the time for some reason, all 6 contestants from the other teams would be up for elimination. As I mentioned before, they'd all been asked to prepare a 1.5-minute cut of a song to lip sync to, and rather than getting full critiques, the judges would only be able to use one word to describe each of them. Let's see what happened. First up, it was Chai Tea, bringing the audience on their side and cutting a rug, so to speak, with Sweet Caroline. There was a near miss with the runway that could have ruined it all for them, but I'm glad they managed to avoid that. But what were the critiques?
Unexpected. Camp. Flu. As in fly, not influenza. Nice.
Next up was Sambuca, with Kylie's Wow, bringing some props to her performance, including a hearing aid and some poppers. Would it be enough to save her though? Well, according to the judges, it was...
Okay. KO. Wow. Echo. Nice.
It was supposed to be Boob Ross next, but of course...
Chris! It's the wrong track, you pillock.
Chris! Anyway, while he sorted out Boob's track, we moved on to Demetria Phurr, and she had this in the bag, treating us to an incredible demonstration of all of her many dance talents.
All my ladies, right to the left, straight to the right, drop it down low and to the back.
Including an insane jumping splits off the runway. What was to be made of it though?
Lightning. Passion. Phenomenal. Perfect.
Echo.
Next up was Leviathan, demonstrating their lip sync skills with a very on-brand performance to the Shaman's Ebenezer Good. This blew me away a little, as it is a very, very difficult lyric, and she nailed the entire thing. Choreographing herself a bit more than usual, but keeping to her typical style. I loved this, and you can hear my reaction on my footage.
Incredible,
man. That was so good.
The judges had mixed reactions though.
Good. Reflect.
Bizarre.
Naughty. Two-step. This is why you're hated.
Sister Fanny took her chance with a parody version of Walk Like an Egyptian next.
All of the churches on the street, they preach the gospel, don't you know? In Sunday school, hallelujah, they teach the kids about the Bible.
Now she had some trouble with her veil at points during the choreography, eventually just pulling it off, but it was all very on brand. The audience loved it, but how about the judges?
Joyful. Heavenly. Praise. Blessed.
Holy.
Finally, it was Boob Ross with the correct track this time, dancing his heart out to the Veronicas Untouched. It was wild and very dance school, but full of passion, with every moment seemingly considered. What words could describe it though?
Distressed. Art. Energetic. Fighter.
Conviction.
And with that, we'd seen everything. The judges went off to make their final decisions, and when they came back, they'd made some brutal choices. We'd be losing 2 contestants this week, and we're at the stage of the competition where I just didn't want anyone to go. Sadly, the contestants not making it through to the semi-finals were Sambuca and Leviathan. I'm honestly gutted about this. Sambuca has been such a strong contender throughout the competition, but I agree that it just wasn't their week. However, Leviathan absolutely smashed it this week. In fact, I'm going to disagree to the point of saying that Leviathan was my best in show because of what they managed to achieve while remaining true to their actual brand. Yes, Lillian Larkin was incredible also, but sadly we didn't get to see what she would have brought to the lip sync. It makes you wonder what they're specifically being judged on though. Leviathan is not a dancer, but they shouldn't have to be. The audience was there for them, their looks were brilliant, and their lip sync was immaculate. The only justification I can think of is that the judges felt that they'd seen everything they could from her due to Leviathan's brand and style being so specific each week. Anyway, as is Drag Idol tradition, the semi-finals are prop and live week, with each contestant being assigned a random prop that they need to work into a 3-minute number, followed immediately by 2 minutes of live mic work. Some people love it, some people dread it, but they all have to do it if they want to have a chance of getting to the grand final at Boulevard. Tickets for the final are still available, by the way. So, what were the prop assignments? Well, after all the contestants had gotten back to the stage, Chris Howe came out and made them all put their hands into his bucket. Chai Tea got a pint of Guinness as a prop. Lillian Larkin got a box of Special K cereal. Boob Ross got a lampshade. Zizi Donovan got a suitcase, with a wheel missing apparently. Sister Fanny got a whip, which, like Kingdom last year, she's already used in the competition before, so I wonder what she's going to do with it. Scarlett got a cream pie as their prop, and Demetria Phurr got some crutches. Oof. I don't know which one of them is going to be the hardest to work with, but I'm excited to see what everyone brings next week to the semi-final of Drag Idol 2025. Before she left the stage, Gladys had one more announcement. Our special guest judge for next week would be international drag icon and infamous Drag Idol finalist Heather Fetish. Exciting. Now, following the eliminations, emotions were running high, and I'd felt that it would be inappropriate to send a blunt instrument like Candy to go and speak to the contestants that we were saying farewell to. Hopefully I myself can catch up with them next week. However, Candy was able to bag this interview with our incredible dancing diva Demetria Phurr, who'd just broken the Sunderland curse of the House of Phurr.
Alright my loves, I'm here with the wonderful Demetria Phurr, who is now through the semi-finals of Drag Idol 2025. How do you feel about that?
I am so happy. It was a bit touch and go this week, but I'm just really happy that I just went out on the floor and smashed it for myself because I was just so nervous.
I mean, you're dancing at the end when you had to do a minute and a half and that. And that was and he jumped off the stage. I was like, oh my god, I wet my seat. I did. Yeah. But how was it working in all of your dance moves and stuff into that performance?
When we worked as the group and stuff like that, what we done is we worked out what everybody was good at.
Yeah.
What I was good at, what was Lever's good at, and what Sister was good at, and we just try to keep who we are in it, if that makes sense.
No, that's banging. And now, how have you felt throughout the whole competition? Because I remember, Velvy Bobo, obviously, she hates you, so she hasn't talked to you at all. Whereas I'm going to talk to you because obviously we're both, well, she's from Sunderland, so I think she's a bit jealous, really, because, you can move without creaking, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's the competition been for you?
I've really loved it. The first week, I was so proud of, what I did. It's because I've only been doing drag for about 7 months now. Yeah. And when I did week 1 and got on the golden buzzer in the top. So I'm so sorry. I've got my drag man behind this camera and I kind of...
Yeah. Oh my God. Messing everything.
I can't get serious. Turn around.
You've knocked it. I'm not even in bloody shot anymore. What's going on? Right.
Someone tell Velvet Snatch I've got a shoe.
She's got velvet. That's got an eel on it. That's not velvet. But yeah. Now, I've been told that by a little birdie who's just interrupted my interview that your makeup is looking really good today. Would you like to say who did your makeup? You cheeky cat.
My mama.
My mummy Lucy Phurr.
Your ma.
Me ma. Mummy. Yeah.
And
I love
also,
you.
how do you feel about breaking the Phurr family curse of getting through to the
so
semi-finals?
Happy. So happy. I didn't realise when I came off, I turned my head and Lucy was crying, Blaine
really
was
sorry you
kind of
jumped in.
crying.
Is this how straight people feel when football's on? Because I no one of like I have weeped. I have weeped my eyes out. Carry on. Sorry. You still smelling, Molly.
I had a moist seat, she had a moist face. You know, it's almost like the two are connected somehow in some horrible way.
But yeah, Lucy did my face earlier on because I was having such like a stressful week. So she just went, "No, it is. I'm going to treat you and do your makeup for you," and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
Now, have you got any ideas for what you're going to do for prop week with your prop, which is a pair of crutches?
I've got some ideas.
Yeah.
I think I can rope the crutches in with my life and with my number as well.
That sounds proper clever, that does, right?
I've got ideas.
Oh, I like that. And also, where can people find you on like social media and that if they want to follow you?
So I have a drag account on Instagram, Demetria Phurr. I also have a TikTok, and if you want to add me on Facebook as well, it's Demetria Phurr or Amy Richardson.
Oh my God, we're using real names now. Right. Well, my real name is obviously Candy Snatch.
Yeah,
it's
you're
not a
Candy
stupid
Snatch.
character or anything. Yeah.
I prefer Candy.
Oh my! Did you hear that, Velvy Bobo? Yes, you bald twat. Right. Anyway, thank you so much for speaking to me, Demetria Phurr, and good luck in the semi-finals.
Thank you very much. Love yous.
Banging.
And that's your lot. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you've all enjoyed this episode of Snatch Talk. I'm so sorry about my voice, but after an entire weekend of interviewing people and going to Drag Idol, my throat is a little bit ruined. If you haven't already, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all next week. But before you go, I've actually decided to reopen my Velvet Snatch merchandise store. I created it to raise funds for my Mixed Drag Great Britain campaign last year, but I've now brought it back, and all profits will go to my chosen charity of the month. There's even some Snatch Talk t-shirts and hoodies in there, so go to store.thevelvetsnatch.com to check out the full range. Goodbye.